convey my regards to the all members and chairperson and national committee at the party sir and Gita ma'am for their heartful wishes and cooperation. And now today I am Krishnendu Kumar De, District Joint Secretary, Consumer Protection and Welfare Center, Bardhaman, and mainly my purpose is to consumer awareness. That's why I'm doing this live from this time. Now I'm starting my live, and today's live on the topic impact of advertising on the environment and behavior of consumers. Advertisement cast an important influence on consumers. Advertising has emerged as a promotional tool in enhancing sales of existing products and introducing new products. Companies use advertising to increase the awareness of consumers through the communication of information about their product, services and organization. So, impact of advertisement, you see, you notice already in TV or internet that the time of advertisement sometimes cross the time of the program, that is time of the cinema time, film time or any short program time. We notice that the time of advertisement is nearly to the time of program or sometimes cross the time of program. Some advertisement are not interested not only to person or family, but advertisements are induced to the consumers, to the customers. They already elaborately discuss that this good is better, this good is nice. So after repeatedly hearing, a person or a family person try to think or try to consume the good. So in terms of economy, if the advertisement true, that is good for society, but false, misleading, propaganda, not interest of consumers, but the advertisement allure the consumer most of the time. So various types of advertisements are come to the domain of Consumer Protection Act. They may be audio, they may be visual, video, they may be representation type, they may be light, notice, gas, invoice, circular, print media, electronic media, internet, or leaflet. Sometimes you notice also, I notice that when our newspaper vendor come to our home every morning with a newspaper, and some leaflets are inside there, and by these leaflets you see that a new shop is opening, or any offer is given to a shop, or any opening of salon. So different types of advertisement we see via leaflet by the newspaper every day when the vendors drop in every morning. So we see that a leaflet was inside there, and these leaflets also misleading. If the leaflets are misleading or propaganda, so you can go to the consumer forum for protection or any types of misleading, so you can pray for fine. It's a role of advertisement. The advertisement mainly capture of attention, secure your interest, and create desire to purchase a material, to purchase a good, to purchase a electronic gadgets, and also encourage action. Mainly advertisements are made to propagate awareness. So should not mislead the consumers. An advertisement bring to the use of the product, utility of the product, that is, it is good and price is, and the manufacturing is, and content is, so it is relevant to a customer, to a consumer. So traders must look the consumer's utility purpose, but now traders look for gain or only profits. That is not at all desirable. So traders can advertise lot of things, but restricted on alcohol, tobacco, and some restricted medicines are there, that is totally prohibited. So if any shop or any person or any company advertise such type of ad, so you can definitely complain or grievances to your local district consumer court. personally. And some of the cases I discuss now, sometimes we see that if you use this type of shampoo, your hair will not fall or damage. But after hearing the advertisement, so consumers are allured to the or attracted to the shampoo. So the company profit or business comes double or thrice than before after providing this type of advertisement. So consumers are consumer purchase or use such type of shampoo. Don't hair fall or don't damage or don't cut your hair. But after using, consumers feel that no such type of action was there in a shampoo. So it is totally misleading. So the company product is only for profit or gain, and this definitely unfair trade practice. So consumer court may restricted their advertisement and imposed a fine. Sometimes we see that some Baba are now in the naming of Baba in some parts of our country, they can magically or mysteriously can prevent or can gain something from disease or anything. So there is no mystery or any anything in science. So they may use some types of drug. So after seeing, people are attracted, consumers are attracted and come to the Baba and get his or her blessings and consumes something. But consumer court restricted such type of misleading advertisement, that use of some drugs. So totally prohibited. You cannot advertise such type of in the name of Baba. We see that education coaching center, lots of education coaching center advertise on the front page of a newspaper, daily newspaper, that the first 20 or 10 students are coming from their institutes. When challenged, they cannot provide relevant information about such type of students that they were taking coaching from this institution. So this is also misleading advertisement and it should be restricted. And sometimes we purchase a drink bottle, some 10 rupees or 15 rupees, and you see that some small insect was in the inside. So it may hamper your health. So So under the protection of your health, you can pray for consumer court for your damage. And some few years ago, a company advertised that after some vitamins was there in their soft drinks bottle. Vitamins was there. But when challenged, that company could not provide relevant information or proper information about presence of vitamins. So this is propaganda or deceptive ad. So it should be restricted. So jago grahok jago. Lots of consumers come to the consumer court for such type of misleading or unfair trade practices. Some Red Bull energy drinks. Few years ago, Red Bull energy drinks provide a ad that Red Bull gives you the wings. Some consumers feel that if we consume or purchase Red Bull energy drinks, then we may get wings, so we will fly. Certainly, it is an unmet promise. Never will happen. Actually, Red Bull tried to say that if you consume their drinks, so you physically and mentally be fit. So you feel much comfort. That's your mind will fly. Actually, they're trying to say. But they say that Red Bull gives you the wings. So it is a propaganda. It is misleading consumers. So consumer court restricted their ad, and sometimes we see on the packet that the price, that the manufacturing date or content are very written font size blurred or illegible. But consumer court gave their verdict that it should be clear, legible and clear, that common person or common people can see. A few years ago, a auto company, when they are before coming a model, they advertise that their bike can go 80 above 80 kilometer per liter. So they elude the consumers, and customers are purchasing, and but in reality they feel that the bike can travel up to 60 to 70 per liter. So it is again a misleading advertisement. It is not happening. So they are restricted by the consumer court. A tourist package, it is very important and very relevant nowadays. A tourist package at that their tourist, if you engage with their package, some if you go to any foreign tour, so their package gives you 2 nights 3 days, 2 nights 3 days. So they travel after 12 p.m. and after 2 nights, when that is today's night and after today's night, and after 12 a.m. that is 1 a.m. they are returning. So, and return in the morning or noon. So tourist company can demand that their package is complete, that is totally 2 nights 3 days, but actually it is 2 nights 1.5 day or 2 days, not 3 days. So they are blackmailing, cheating with consumers. So consumers accompany, go to consumer court and pay their grievances. And consumer court definitely take into action. Sometimes builders add that in their township some technological parks will be there. So after getting ad, so people are booking their houses, their in their under the builders, but builders add without clearance of technological park from the government or approval, no approval from the government, but provided that their colony will get a technological park. And this thus consumers are victim of false promise. Before getting clearance, you cannot advertise. So you can return your money back or impose a fine by consumer court or pay your grievances to the consumer court. Sometimes we see that a package of detergent of 1 kg with 125, that is 125 gram of soap bar is inside. So the total weight will be 125 gram. But actually if you weigh, then you get its weight is 1050, that is 75 gram less. So you can go to the consumer court for less weight, that is they are demanding, but in reality it is not. And right to clean environment should be added to the 4 consumer rights. Right to clean environment is to be assured that the environment consumer lives in is free from pollution. And large-scale industries are grown in our country, India, so the byproduct of economical developed society. So environment is a great concern of many consumers. All consumers are subject to several environment factors. Certainly, it affects their behavior. So the term "let the seller be aware" not now The consumers are beware. Nowadays, consumers must beware, not seller the beware. In recent years, behavior of the consumers has changed. Few decades ago, consumers was silent. When they purchase a good from any place, but this is not today. Now the consumers is a choice empowered consumer, and who decide the fate of the product. With the rising of the income of the customers, so manufacturers are continuously engaged to understand the complex behavior of the consumers, and therefore they respond by offering goods and services desired. Sometimes the scarcity of the material, that is three types of business are in the, that is monopoly, that is only single manufacturer, monopoly business, and monopolistic business, that is several types of product in the market was there, several type of company was there, and oligopoly, that is few manufacturers are there. So three types of business. Consumers environment all over the India is undergoing a change. Globalization also placed on the consumers. So consumers environment comprises the family and the culture and economic factor. Economic forces of income, savings, credit, product consideration, price consideration. The cultural values of the society plays an important role in this regard, and consumers today more rational, aware than in the past, and some awareness of the consumers behavior. The some years ago onion prices in Delhi hit the roof. That time several consumers groups gave a call to boycott onion. So on buying the onion, so price will automatically fall. And in a Bhopal gas tragedy, environment groups gave a call for boycott union carbide products, and thus this type of action forced the company to compensate the victims adequately and quickly. If we study some case studies, then we see that if you purchase a drinks bottle for a marriage purpose or any program purpose, and some fungus was there, if so it is a basically can damage your health, so you can appeal for compensation. If you purchase a prestige cooker, any types of cooker, Then if the cooker burst or damage damage any parts of the body, so the party was directed to pay compensation. Some development authority also use substandard material and house is not up to the mark. So you can go to consumer court for providing not up to the mark materials, so they only doing their business for only profit purpose, not interest of the consumers. In a society, many types of service was there: telephone service, post office service, insurance service, railway service, doctor service, transport service, engineer service. So persons which availing, those persons who avail the service also a consumers. In a central government, that is telephone, also a central government. So if you use telephone, then you will certainly a consumers. Some insurance company, if you avail the service, you are a consumers. It has been decided that it is very important that in a case, it has been decided that if the patient and his relatives who are service of the patient are consumers, so the mother and father of the ailing son or daughter getting treatment in a nursing home, so the father and mothers are consumers. A customer is hiring a bank service or the draft service, so any fault, any damage of draft, is also a consumer. Railway window ticket service, person buying ticket from railway window, so he is also a consumer because she is availing the service from rail. So making false promise to sell a product is clearly an unfair trade practice, and compensation in such cases should be exemplary. I repeat, making false promise to sell a product is clearly an unfair trade practice, and compensation in such cases should be exemplary. Sometimes you notice that in a bread or anything, if you purchase the bread, you see a scratch and win coupon. So you are attracted that if you purchase, then you can gain something. So you purchase a bread 10 rupees and you scratch that. After scratching, you see that try again. You again purchase another day and scratch, and you see that try again. So a consumers or customers, after allured by the product, he purchased several times, and scratching, after scratching, you see, notice that no goods are given, no money is back, or any price materials he gains, only try again later. So it is definitely a unfair trade practice. So bread company is doing such thing only for their profit, not the interest of the consumers. So definitely it is an unfair trade practice and should be restricted. This such type of unfair trade practice, and this type of the punishment should be exemplary. In few, unfair trade practice and compensation to be awarded has to be exemplary. Sometimes we notice that a homeopathy doctor are giving allopathic medicines. After that, patient feels discomfort or may die. So allopathic doctors is guilty of negligence, and compensation must be given if the patient die only for his treatment. So the doctor is accountable here. Now I just highlight some of the cases in the past, and I must say, please educate your neighbors and you as a consumer. If you educate and your neighbors, then our economy certainly will rise and market will grow. So jago grahok jago, and I will end my live. I have to leave now. Thank you for giving your patience and time, for allowing me only for consumer education purpose, awareness purpose. And if you face any types of problem, any type of consumer related problem, you can contact Bardhaman District Consumer Protection and Welfare Center for your grievances, and this center is entirely for the purpose of humanity. Last 3 years this center is engaging only for consumers only, so you can come to the center for your grievances. You will definitely get your grievances, and all consumers are protected. All consumers are protected. It is the language of consumer court. So thank you once again. Goodbye.